Recording live from the Northeast Georgia Business Radio X studio. This is Northeast Georgia Business Radio. Welcome back, folks. Welcome back to another exciting edition of Northeast Georgia Business Radio. I'm your host, Tom Sheldon, and we're coming to you live from the beautiful Empower College and Career Center of Jackson County. I have with me a returning guest. I always love when guys and gals come back. It means we didn't scare them off and they actually like what we're doing. I love it. I have with me today, from the Jackson County Area Chamber of Commerce. He's so much more than just a guy from the chamber. I have with me, I've heard him be referred to as a titan of industry. No joke. I have with me Mr. John Scott. John, welcome back to the Northeast studio.
Hey, Tom. Thanks so much for having me. Glad to be here.
Building you up, man.
I know. It was good. It made me nervous.
He was looking around like, who is he talking about? But you are all that.
Well,
You're not just a guy from the chamber.
Well, thank you.
Something about economic development here in Jackson County?
Yeah, that's what we do. Yeah.
Something like that. But seriously, you are the vice president or director of economic development?
Yeah, at the Jackson County Chamber of Commerce. I work with the chamber and the Jackson County Industrial Development Authority and our local municipalities. We work to attract businesses here and help grow our community the way that we want it to grow.
You're looking for good fits, though.
Yeah.
For the area.
Yeah, looking for good fits. You know, there's a lot of development that's going to happen regardless, but what we're trying to do is trying to go after the things that we want and then trying to, do what we can to attract them here and bring them here.
Was 2023 a good year?
Yeah, it was a good year and plenty of growth in Jackson County. As far as industrial projects go, one that is pretty notable is Toyota Industry Compressors of America. They are a longtime industrial resident here in Jackson County, a great employer, but they made an announcement for a new project. They're going to be building small little circuit boards. They are DC electric converters. And so what they do is they are going to be used in electric cars, and they take the current from the big battery system, power system, and they convert it into something that's used by the system of the car. And so that's going to be right here in Jackson County. They're going to employ about 250 people with this new expansion, and the investment's about $69 million.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, is that a result more or less from having SK up the road?
Not necessarily. Toyota's been here for a long time.
True. They love Jackson County.
Yeah, we've had a great relationship with them ever since they've come down here, and it's been a great place to expand for them and grow, and so it's great partners that we have.
Because these little motors, I think you said, they're for electric cars. Are they motors?
No,
I didn't say that right.
Yeah, so they're not motors. It's actually just it's like a circuit board, and it's got a casing that it goes into.
I got you.
And so what they're going to be producing here, from my understanding, will be the actual circuit board.
The circuit board.
Yeah, so I'm pretty excited about that. That represents a new industry for us. I mean, we see a lot of this stuff coming back from overseas now.
Nice.
And so these are going to be pretty high tech jobs with really good starting pay.
Even better.
Yeah.
I love to hear that, man.
Yeah. As far as starting pay
awesome.
goes, it's definitely one of the higher ones that we've seen.
Good.
And as far as people that put circuit boards together, there's not a lot of them. So it's going to be people that are looking for good jobs and they're willing to train up and learn something new. I mean, they could have a real good career with that.
2024 is upon us. We have any goals?
So our goals for the year, what we're trying to do is try to attract more retail as we grow. Traditionally,
okay.
So traditionally, my role has been working with more industrial type projects and larger employers and things like that, and we'll continue to do that. We're going to focus more on supporting the retail growth and supporting those efforts. Obviously, we have a lot of new people moving in, a lot of housing developments going on. A lot of retail projects are going to happen, but again, going back to trying to attract the projects that we want, that's what we're going to focus on. There's property that's available for sale, and someone buys it. They can obviously build whatever they want to there as long as it's within zoning regulations.
If it's already zoned, yeah.
Yeah. But rather than just getting whatever comes, we want to try to attract those that are going to be a better fit for the community.
Make things attractive.
Yeah.
And when you say retail, places for people to spend money.
People spend money.
Instead of leaving the county to spend money.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah,
we got to leave
in
huge amounts to do all of our shopping mostly out of the county.
So less million-square-foot warehouses.
I mean, that's continuing to grow. There's still growth in that, but this is going to be more for, the interior of the county, around the population centers in the county,
right,
and some out there near the interstate too. But the growth as far as industrial goes by the interstate, that seems to be continuing.
Yeah,
things may have slowed down a little bit, but there's just so many opportunities, especially here in Jackson County. I think it's probably going to continue through 2024. One thing that is coming up on the horizon is the Blue Ridge Connector Port. This is a new inland port by the Georgia Ports Authority. And this is going to be in Hall County, just right there above us, probably about 30 minutes or so from our interstate.
Yeah.
And so it's gonna drive a lot of new projects out here.
Do you think there'll be an explosion when that finally comes online?
There will be a brief explosion per se. What that port does is, as these barges and boats come in to Savannah Port,
Right.
they unload the containers, they put them on a train, and before that cargo ever stops moving, it's pretty much here in the Atlanta market, which that's a huge advantage for a lot of companies.
Oh, yeah. Oh, gosh.
And
yeah.
so what's going to happen is it's going to get snatched up really quick. So there will be a brief explosion, but I foresee people taking that and using it up pretty quick, and so it's going to be a hot item.
It'll be in their interest to do so.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah. And there's only so big it can get. So
Well, that's true, too.
yeah, their capacity. I suspect their capacity will be pretty full pretty quick.
More than likely. Yeah. Rail, I guess, is still the cheapest way to move stuff.
Oh yeah, rail is very cheap by far.
Yeah.
And it's going to pull hundreds, if not thousands, of trucks off the road between here and Savannah. So it's going to be less impact on the infrastructure, all that stuff.
Damage and wear on the roads.
Yep. Yeah, all that stuff. So rail is by far the cheapest way to move things like that.
Now, what you do is the commercial world, correct? The
Correct,
things
yeah.
you do.
Correct.
Do you have any say at all with housing developments, residential? Do you even get involved with that?
So we, as the Chamber of Commerce, one role that we have is that we're kind of a neutral organization in the community.
Right.
We can work with everybody equally, all the different municipalities or the schools or whoever. And so what we do is we work to convene people together, bring people together, and try to have these conversations and make sure that people are at least talking about where this growth is going and what's happening. As far as having an official say in it, we don't do any of the permitting or anything like that.
Well, of course. That's all done by what local municipality?
That's correct.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah. So we just try to support community growth in a way that we're going to be,
Facilitate
work, yeah.
relationships.
yeah.
I got you. Because, I mean, that's a hot topic in Jackson County right now.
It's
Bigger
amazing.
than million square foot warehouses.
Yeah.
If that's possible.
Yeah.
They're putting in more houses. It usually starts out the conversation, if it's even a conversation. They're tearing down more trees.
Yeah.
That's usually how it starts.
Yeah.
And you know right where they're going.
Yeah.
More housing development.
So those housing, it's been coming for a long time. It's just now that when you drive around, you can really start to see it and put it in perspective. It's like, wow.
More and more.
Yeah. These are the things that, we've been working with, or our community's been working with for several years now. And now it's really starting to come into focus. And so that conversation is definitely coming up a lot more.
Just getting people in the room. That's kind of what the chamber does.
That's one of our big things, convening people. Yeah. And you'd be amazed how much value comes out of just having people together in the same room talking.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. It's amazing the things that can get overlooked or people don't even think about.
They just don't know.
Yeah. Just don't know.
It's hard to work on something you just simply don't know. Mm-hmm. No, I'm with you on that. It's all about building community, right?
Absolutely.
Finding partners to build. I think you know where I'm going. John's listened to enough of these episodes. John, here at Northeast Georgia Business Radio, we have some tremendous community partners. We're very lucky to have them. One of them is Moneypenny. Have you ever been worried that your clients aren't able to correspond with you fast enough? Moneypenny is a world-leading outsourced communications provider offering U.S.-based, dedicated receptionists and large business phone handling provisions. You've seen the live chat boxes when you visit a website. That's live chat services. And yes, Moneypenny handles that as well. Visit moneypenny.com for services and details. Moneypenny, your business's second home. Hey, and while you're at it, visit our new website, negabrx.com, to see all our great community partners. John, you still with me?
I'm with you.
Got bills to pay, man.
Great partners are important. We understand that at the chamber.
Yeah, boy, are they ever. And let's put a plug in for your fellow staff at the chamber.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What you folks do is awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
I mean, just flat out, it is. I appreciate y'all. And you truly do facilitate, partnerships, but you truly do facilitate relationships and, more importantly, the opportunity to grow those relationships.
Yeah.
So thank you for that.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a big part of what we do at the chamber is bringing people together and giving them the opportunity to find new people to work with and new partners and do a good job out there.
A lot of great relationships I've been able to develop in the last year, primarily because of the Jackson County Chamber.
Awesome. We appreciate it.
You and I have actually become pretty decent buddies.
Yeah, I think so.
Wow, how about that? What were we talking about? We were talking about Toyota expanding their presence in Jackson County. Yeah, that's awesome. Congratulations on that. Bring in more and more retail. People love spending money, John.
They spend money, and they're spending a lot of it outside of Jackson County. So that sales tax revenue is a big opportunity for us.
You can be in Athens in like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Not that I would ever know anything about that.
Making that drive gets old, though.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
It does, but it can happen. It can happen.
And it does happen quite a bit.
We got a ton of new houses coming into Jackson County. I'm actually excited to see that. I really am.
Yeah.
I want them done right. I like brick faces and things like that.
Yeah.
Architectural controls.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of the houses, they're definitely nice, for sure.
Yeah,
It's just a lot all at once. But
it is.
there's going to be some challenges that we got to work through, and I'm sure we will.
What are they? Can you name them, or do we need to keep those secret?
That's not a secret. I mean, it's just, growth things that you're going to have with that kind of growth that
Yeah.
fast. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of these houses are built and they're ideal for families, people with kids, multiple kids that are going to be in the schools. And so the impact of the schools is obviously going to be huge.
Right.
Jackson County schools and local schools are building as fast as they can, but, they're still coming. It's kind of catch-22, and you have a really good school, attracts more and more people.
More and more houses
Yeah,
for more and more
houses.
people. Absolutely.
So that's obviously a big one. Another big one is the transportation infrastructure. Obviously, when some of these projects go into new places, it puts a lot of cars on the road.
Yeah.
What we've been doing here in Jackson County over the past, probably a year or two, is charging impact fees for these new projects coming in.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and so it's
I think impact fees are very necessary and very important.
yeah, absolutely, and it's a big part of the project cost for the developer, but they are making huge impacts on the area. So
No shade on anybody. That's not why we're here. I don't know a lot of developers that suffer too badly. And I
No.
know there's ups and downs. That's life.
yeah,
But I also know of developers who will blow into a town, exploit it, and blow right back out.
absolutely,
They leave with a pocket full of money and leave the local town, the city, whatever, in disarray.
absolutely.
I've seen it up close. We
Yeah.
all have. I know you have. I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm not putting words in your mouth. Impact fees hold everyone responsible
Yeah,
and accountable.
Yeah.
I love impact fees.
yeah, it gives us the resources we need to address certain problems. Because oftentimes, what will happen is when you have a project that comes into a certain area and the roads around that particular project might be okay, but what they're not seeing is okay, what it's going to do to the red light 5 minutes down the road.
Yeah.
And so having those impact fees, we're able to address those problems. It's definitely a big benefit for us here in Jackson County.
Was that all your idea?
No,
Take
no.
credit for it, man.
No, that was at the county for
with it.
sure. But yeah, no, that was the county all.
Whoever introduced that, I tip my hat to you. Yeah, okay, off the soapbox. I promised you I wouldn't get on the soapbox today, but
It
just
happens.
It happens. When you're passionate about something, I like to see things done right, John. That's just me.
Yeah, when you're growing a community like this, you only get one chance to do it right. So
Well, and we've talked about this before. We've got some great places, mainly south of here, to learn from.
yeah,
What to do right, what maybe they did wrong, what not to do.
yeah,
Learn from it.
Yeah.
Embrace that
absolutely.
and do it better.
Yeah,
If they did something good, do it great, kind of thing. Anyway,
yeah.
more
there's,
soapbox.
there's lots of examples around of projects, both not retailers, but developers, and even the local government and municipalities. They've done a lot of great work in the surrounding areas.
Are there trends in what you see? I don't know, trends, what kind of trends? What people want in their communities as far as maybe retail or even as jobs? Are there trends? Is there something that, as you review data, you see often or something reoccurring? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. There's lots of trends we see, and we even the chamber, we put out a community survey at the end of last year.
Yeah.
So still kind of reviewing all those results and everything else. So and that survey was mainly about the opinions that people have on growth. And so we've seen a lot of a lot of trends. Some of them that we have seen here in Jackson County, given the good schools that we have, families, younger families, people with kids that are middle school age to high school age, seeing them move here from Gwinnett largely. And so the west side of the county in that regard is growing fast.
Yeah.
So we're seeing young families come in. We're also seeing a lot of people, they will still work in the Atlanta area. And so we're seeing a huge amount of commuters. And that group will extend all the way into Jefferson. It goes all the way out to Commerce some, but pretty much at exit 137, that's where that huge crowd will kind of
yes.
stop of what I call commuters.
With our 1-lane exit.
Yeah, and so if you're ever
Sorry.
out there on exit 129, not exit 129, Highway 129.
Highway 129, yeah.
Well, exit 129 for that matter, but
Well, that too, yeah.
people getting off there to come back home, it's pretty heavy traffic there about 5 o'clock.
You have no control over the roads. That's all DOT.
Depending on which roads.
Really?
Yeah, so some of them are state roads that the DOT will handle. Some of them are county-owned roads, and then some of them are maintained by individual cities.
Do you have influence on some of that stuff?
We have some degree. So the Jackson County Industrial Development Authority, we work on their behalf, and so they have a kind of a war chest of sorts, but it's a fund for road improvements. It's an economic development bond that they did several years ago, and so there's some money there. And so there are some projects, larger projects, that we can put some funds towards, like matching funds, things like that, that we can help with. There's been about 2 or 3 roundabouts that we've provided some support with recently. We can help in that regard.
Well, just being the eyes and ears of the people, though, that to me is a huge help.
Yeah, and keep the conversation going. And
Exactly. Someone sitting in an office an hour or 2 hours away that may not even know where Jackson County or the city of Jefferson is, them making decisions for us.
Yeah.
How can they? I mean, honestly, how can they? They're using Google Maps.
Yeah, Google Maps.
But
and a
you're here,
spreadsheet
boots
with
on the ground.
Numbers, yeah.
To me, that's important. And you don't have control over the interstate.
No.
I didn't think so. John's thinking, if I had, there would be 2 lanes on that Highway 129 exit, not just one.
Yeah.
They're not done with that.
Yeah, it's still got some work coming.
They're still going to play a lot with that over the next couple of years, I think. But now I'll never have a Georgia DOT person in there. This podcast episode went downhill quick. John, before we get out of here, what did we miss, man?
Yeah, it's just another great day to live and work in Jackson County.
So saith Jim Shaw.
That's right. I stole his quote.
He's the man. He's the man. Hey, it's an honor for us to be able to steal his quote.
Absolutely.
John, what's the website?
JacksonCountyGA.com for our Chamber of Commerce. And if you want to learn more about economic development, it is JacksonAlliance.com.
JacksonAlliance.com.
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming in here.
Absolutely. Glad to.
Anytime someone comes back, I think it's really cool.
Absolutely. Looking forward to doing it again sometime.
They're going to play my music, and he said, there it is. John Scott. John Scott, thank you, sir.
All right. Thanks so much. Great being here.
Folks, check out JacksonAlliance.com. Seriously, see what this guy's up to. He's working hard for you. I know he is. I'm Tom Sheldon. Talk to you soon.